Do y'all remember a few weeks ago when I taught you how to find slope? So we're going to go back into that today. I realized that y'all needed some more practice on it, so that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to review how to find slope. We're going to talk about slope and y-intercept, what both of them are, and we're going to talk about how to find them. All right, and y equals mx plus b. What is the m? The rate. What is it also called? The slope. Those two words mean the same thing. What is the b? The one-time b. What else? The y-intercept. This is what we're going to focus on today. We are going to solve for the slope. We're going to solve for the y-intercept, and then we're going to make it an equation by putting it in y equals mx plus b form. Now let's briefly go over what slope is. We learned this a few weeks ago. Slope is the steepness of a line. Does it have anything to do with distance or length? No, it is the steepness. How steep? Think of a wheelchair ramp. Thinking of the steepness. And on a wheelchair ramp, do we want it to be steep or no? No. The wheelchair people, that's not going to be safe if it's super steep, right? They're going to fall out. All right. The steepness of a line on a graph. Now look, this is the important part. It is the ratio of vertical change to horizontal change, which is known as the change in y over the change in x. Hurry up and sit down. All right. What is the change in y? What way does the y-axis run? Up and down. That is your rise. Your rise is up or down over the change in x. What is the x-axis? Which directions does it run? Left and right. That is your run. On a graph, to find slope, we just do rise over run. But on a table, what do we use? Over x2 minus x1. That is called the slope formula. And it is the change in y. So everybody look at the top at the numerator. Is that the change in y? Right here. Yes, over the change in. This is the rise, because that's the up and down, the change in y's. And this is the run, which is the change in x, which is your run. Does everybody see the formulas are the same? Just this is counting when you have a graph, and this is where you have coordinates and you can plug them in. Now, what is a y-intercept? This is the one we really didn't focus on last time. A y-intercept is a point on the line that touches the y-axis. It is known as the starting value, or like the one-time fee. And the best part about it is the y-intercept will always have an x value of 0. And let's talk about it. Over to the right, I want you to draw a small coordinate plane with an x-axis and a y-axis. Now I want you to draw a straight line going through your graph like this. Thank you. Where this line touches the y-axis right there is called the what? It's called the y-intercept. You don't even have to solve for it. It's right there. All you have to do is look at it and see where it's touching. Now, does everybody see, if I was to pretend this was a coordinate and it was counting like this, where am I at on my picture? Where am I at on the y-axis? I'm at 2. If I wrote it as a coordinate, it would be 0, 2. Why would the x be 0? Because anything on the y-axis, the x is going to have a value of. So it doesn't matter if the y-intercept is here or down here, the x value will always be 0. All right, now, go back to slope. I forgot to mention when we did slope, dude. What kind of slope is this? Positive. How do you know? Because from left to right, so if I put left here and right here, it's going up. What kind of slope is this? How do you know? Because from left to right, it's going down. And then what kind of slope was this according to Slope Dude? Zero. It was zero fun. And then who remembers this one? He fell off the mountain. It was undefined. Okay. Do you have any questions so far about slope and y-intercept and what they mean? So what we're going to do today is we're going to find the slope and the y-intercept, and then we're going to make an equation out of it that looks like this. So your job is going to be to plug in the slope here and the y-intercept here. All right, let's look at the first example. Did they give me a table or a graph? A table. So I cannot do rise over run. Do y'all agree? So which one am I going to have to use? The slope formula. Now stop. The first thing I would do is find the y-intercept. How did you know it was 7? Did everybody hear him? He said, I know that this is the y-intercept because it's when x is 0. So the y-intercept is 7. Do y'all have any questions on that? Now, how many points do you need to find slope? You just need 2 points. Do you get to pick which ones you use? Yes. Which ones do y'all want to use? I would choose the positive ones if I can. So I would use 0, 7, and then I would use maybe 1, 9. So I'm going to use these two. I am going to label them. These are all what? X's. So this is going to be the first X, so X1. The second X, so X2. These are all Y's, so this is going to be the first Y, Y1, and the second Y, so Y2. We are going to do the difference in Y's over the difference in X's. Look at the formula. Subtract the Y's over subtracting the X's. Do you get to pick which number goes first? No. Which one has to go first? The second one, because it says the second one minus the first one. So which one do I write? 9 minus 7 over 1 minus 0. And then I'm going to solve the numerator and the denominator and simplify if I need to. What is 9 minus 7? 2. What is 1 minus 0? What is 2 over 1? 2. So what is the slope? 2. Do y'all have any questions on how we found the slope or the y-intercept? Now I'm going to write an equation that looks like this by putting the slope there and the y-intercept there. So who can write it for me?
Y equals 2x plus 7.
Perfect. Y equals 2x plus 7. If you forget the x, guys, the whole thing's wrong. It's 2x because this is your slope. This is your y-intercept. Are we all good? All right, let's do another example. Number 2. The first thing I want you to do is find the y-intercept. It is negative 4. How did you know that? Because the x is 0. Now we're going to find the slope by doing the slope formula. We have to pick 2 points. Are there any 2 points that don't have negatives? No. So pick any 2 you want to use. I just picked the first 2. I'm going to use these 2. Before I move on, I need to label them. These are all what? So this is the first x. This is the second x. This is the first y and the second y. Do I get to do 5 minus 2? No. Why not? So y2 has to go first. So how am I going to write this? 2 minus 5 over negative 2 minus negative 3. Now, do you think I need to use my integer rules? Yes. So I am going to keep, change here, and I'm also going to keep, change here. When I'm adding two signs that are different, what does the rule say? Subtract and keep the sign of the heavier one. What's the difference of 2 and 5? 3. And which one's heavier?
5.
So the negative gets it. All right, I am adding two signs that are different. So I'm going to find the difference of 3 and 2. 1, and which one's heavier?
The 3.
So positive. What is negative 3 divided by 1? Negative 3. Now we need to write an equation. How would I write an equation like this?
Y equals negative 3.
Hold on. Y equals negative 3x plus negative 4. That's correct. What's another way I could put it? Could I do this? Yes. Why? Because this is assigning a negative value to the 4. So you could write it like that, or y equals negative 3x plus negative 4. They are both the same thing. Yes? Okay. Go down to this one. Tell me what's different about this one. Okay, so they didn't give me the y values. What did they give me? They gave me what? They gave me the equation. So what is the slope? This is an invisible math question. Remember what I taught you at the beginning of the year. I said if there is no coefficient in front of a variable, there's a 1 in front of it, you just don't see it. So what is the m, the slope? 1. What is the y-intercept? I love that y'all said negative 2. Why did you know that that 2 has a negative value? The minus sign assigns it a negative value. And then the equation, we would just rewrite it. Y equals 1x minus 2. How do y'all think we're going to fill the table in? By solving. We are going to have to plug in this x value for x for every single one of them. So I'm going to say 1 times x minus 2. Well, for this one, what am I going to plug in for x? What am I going to plug in for x? 2. So I'm going to do this equation. 1 times 2 minus 2. What is 1 times 2?
2.
And what's 2 minus 2?
0.
Okay. Are y'all good? Now we're going to plug in what for x? So I'm going to do 1 times 5 minus 2. Well, what is 1 times 5?
5.
What's 5 minus 2?
3.
3. Now what am I plugging in for x? So I'm doing 1 times negative 1 minus 2. What is 1 times negative 1? Negative 1, I'm going to write it right here because I need to show my work. Negative 1 minus 2. Do I need to keep, change? Keep, change. I am actually adding two signs that are the same. So I add them and keep the sign. So what's 1 plus 2? So negative 3. All right, last one. What am I plugging in for x this time? So I'm doing 1 times negative 3 minus 2. What is 1 times negative 3? And negative 3 minus 2, I need to keep, change. I'm adding two signs that are alike, negative 5. Are there any questions on how to fill out a table when you have the equation? Okay, now, for some reason, the copy machine copied this weird. You're going to flip your notes, like, upside down. Now we're going to learn, and we already learned this before, how to find the slope and y-intercept of a graph. I want you, if you have a highlighter out, I want you to highlight the point where the line touches the y-axis. What is that called? That is the y-intercept. Where am I at? So the y-intercept is 3. How am I going to find the slope? Go back here, and it says to find the slope of a graph, use. So here's the deal. To use rise over run, write this down. Find 2 perfect points. Now, on these examples, they gave you the points, but on your assignment, they don't. You're going to have to find 2 perfect points. Do y'all know what a perfect point is? Where the line perfectly touches a crossing point. So I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see. Like this would not be a perfect point. Do y'all see that? Is this a perfect point? Do you see how the line is perfectly touching the T right here? So I have this one, and can I use my y-intercept as the perfect point? Absolutely. I am going to rise over run, but here's the problem. I need to know if my slope is positive or negative. From left to right, what is this doing? So this is going to be a positive answer. Now, you don't have to put positive, but I'm showing you. I am going to rise over run. Remember that to rise, you're going to start at the bottom dot and go up until you're even, don't pass it up, with the next dot. How far is my rise? That's my rise. Now here's another thing I want to teach y'all, because tomorrow we're going to move on and y'all need to understand this. Did I go up or down? Do y'all think up is positive or negative? So that's positive 3 because it's up 3. Now I'm going to run. Which way am I running? To the right. That's also what? Positive. Okay? How far did I run? I didn't mean to go past it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's positive 4. Positive 3 over positive 4, can I simplify that? It's just positive 3/4. Can I now write an equation in y equals mx plus b form?
Yes.
How would I write it?
Y equals 3 over 4
X plus 3. Why is the y-intercept positive? Because it's touching the y-axis at positive 3. Why is the slope positive? Because it's going up from left to right. Also, when I rise and I ran, I went up and right. And up is positive and right is also positive. Are we good? Look at the next one. I want you to take your highlighter or pencil or whatever and highlight where the line is touching the y-axis. Where is it touching? Is it at positive 2 or negative 2? Positive 2. Let's talk real quick about what Slope Dude would say about this. From left to right, what is this line doing? It's going down. So my slope is going to be negative. Now we're also going to learn why when we do rise over run. So I'm going to write rise over run. How many perfect dots do I need to do rise over run? 2. Okay, so I find 2 dots. Here's one. I already found one at the y-intercept. And here's one. My rise, and I know the copy machine kind of cut this off, but you can see it, is up how many? 2. Is up positive or negative? So my rise is positive 2. But which way is my run going?
Left. So
and left is what?
negative.
So my run is left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is a positive divided by a negative? Negative. So do y'all see why the slope is negative?
Yes.
All right. Can 2/5 be simplified? No. So my slope is negative 2/5. Does it matter where I put the negative sign? No. You just need a negative sign You can put it directly out to the side. You could put it with the 2 or the 5. It doesn't matter as long as there's only one of them. All right, do y'all want to try this one on your own?
Yes.
Oh, we forgot our equation. What's our equation?
Y equals negative 2 over 5x plus.
Perfect. All right, go do the next one on your own. Once you have your y-intercept, check it with mine.
Can it be mixed fraction?
No, you don't want mixed fractions. You only want a rise and a run. Good question.
Which one do you start with to run?
I always like to start at the lowest dot and rise. Always do your rise first. Did everybody get the y-intercept correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, go rise and run. And let's check your y-intercept. Did you get a rise of +4 and a run of +3? Now, I had a question. It was a great question. Can I leave it as an improper fraction? Absolutely. Please do not turn it to a mixed fraction. Who can tell me why? In slope, the top number is the rise. The bottom number is the... So if I had a mixed fraction, I wouldn't be able to see the rise and the run. Make sense? So I want to leave it as a rise and a run. What's my equation?
Y equals 4 over 3x
Plus -1 or
minus 1.
-1. Okay, last one. Go try it on your own. Check your y-intercept with mine. Question, how many dots did they give you?
3.
Do you need all 3? How many do you need?
2.
Does it matter which 2 you use? No, pick whichever 2 you want to use.
You have to simplify, right?
You have to simplify it if it can be simplified, yes. Did y'all get a rise of 4 and a run of 2?
Yes.
Are they both positive, up and right?
Yes.
What does 4 over 2 simplify to?
2.
2. If you put 2 over 1, that's the same thing, yes? Now here's another question. What if I had used this dot to this dot? You would get 8 over 4. And what does 8 over 4 simplify to? 2. So would you get the exact same answer?
Yes.
All right, how would I write this equation?
Y equals 2 over 1x 2x.
Do I need to put +0?
No.
Okay, question. Let's see if y'all remember this. Out of these 4 examples, which one of these is proportional?
The last one.
Why?
Because it goes through.
Because it passes through 0. This is proportional. It doesn't have a plus B. Yes? These are not proportional. Do y'all remember that? All right, I'm going to pass out your assignment. So on the front of your assignment, you're going to do 4 graphs. What do y'all notice that they did not put for you? They did not put the dots. You have to find perfect intersections, and I can tell y'all the y-intercept is going to be perfect for y'all today because that's what we're learning. So look at number 1. Can you use this dot? Is it perfect? Moving up the line, what's the next perfect spot? Moving up. 4, 6. Don't say it backwards. Remember, it's always X written first and then Y. Yes? Could you use a different dot?
Yes.
Okay. Go down to number 3. I started for a reason. The only two good dots on number 3 is the Y-intercept and the X-intercept. Do y'all know what an X-intercept is?
Yes.
Where it touches the X-axis. So these two dots are the only good dots. Like, I thought that one was maybe good, but it wasn't. Okay, you're going to find the Y-intercept, the slope, and write the equation just like we did in our notes. Is everybody good with that? Flip to the back. On the back, you're going to be given tables. When it says, what is the rate, what is it actually asking for? The slope. And when it says, what is the starting value, what is that asking for? The Y-intercept. And then it says, write the equation. So once you have your slope and your Y-intercept, you write it in Y equals mx plus b form. Yes?
Yep.
And then the last 4, and I forgot to number these. The last 4, what did they give you? They gave you the equation. You have to find the slope from it, which is the, and guys, listen to me. When we write the slope, look at our notes. Did we ever put an X next to it? No. So right here, what is this slope? Do not say X. What is the slope? -5. If you put X with it, I have to count it wrong. The slope is the coefficient of X. The X cannot go with it. What is the Y-intercept? And then you're going to use the equation, plug those in for X to solve for Y's. Yes? All right, get started.